Hey, what is up? It's Sean. We are 24 hours away from my free 3-day challenge. It's called Launch, and it is designed to turn a skill you have, a skill that you're proficient at. Maybe you have been practicing it for a long time. Maybe you have been teaching it. Maybe you already have been helping people and charging clients for it, but you're kind of either doing it under someone else's brand or someone else's company, and you're like, I want to have my own thing, my own brand, my own product, my own offer, something that I can monetize and sell and deliver online, because then that will help me create an extra stream of income. And if you're wondering how I know this and why am I doing this, it's because I've met a lot of people this year that for whatever reason, they don't want to go back into a job. They have a skill and they don't want to be doing it anymore under someone else's brand or company. They really want to have their own brand, their own thing, their own product, their own offer. So the main purpose I'm creating this is to address this group of people. And as long as you have a skill and you're legit good at it and you know that people need this skill that you have, either because you're really good at systemizing it, breaking it down, you're really good at helping people get there fast. I've learned from many good teachers and coaches myself, or you can just help them solve one simple problem or thing that you know they really, really need help with. And a lot of times these people are usually 3, 5, 10 years ago. They are the you from 3, 5, 10 years ago, and they're struggling with the things you used to struggle, and they want to learn how you have crossed the bridges that you have crossed, how you've won the battles that you have won, and they need the lessons that you can teach and you have learned. And it's very difficult when you have that ability and you have that demand, and then when people come to you, you're like, well, how should I charge? How should I package this? How should I build this whole thing? And then how can I systemize it properly so that, I don't have to manage it all the time? And then, at the end of the day, it's an additional stream of income for you. And for those of you who have been really thinking about this, and the real reason you haven't launched is because the last time you tried, you did something similar, maybe another 3, 4, 5 days of challenge. Maybe you've already bought a lot of marketing and sales courses, and the most common gaps that I see, the first one is these programs gave you too much. It's not that they are good or no good, but they give you too much. It's this value stack, 600 hours of content, and then 12 things, 12 modules to study. And then you're like, how am I going to implement all this, right? 24 steps, 50 things to do. And then it's like, do I really need all this? And then by the time I'm done with all this, half the year has passed, 1 year has passed, and I really want you to understand that no, you do not need all these things. I don't know why they give you so many things. They probably want to make it really valuable for you, but if it works for you, that's great. But I've seen so many people just being unable to move because they have all these bells and whistles, and they got to update their logo, they got to do their cover photo, they got to do their website, register their company, and do this and do that. Well, have you validated your product? No. Do you know if anybody is interested in this idea or concept that you're about to sell? No. So you do all these things and then you launch, and then all that hard work goes down the drain. And I know because it happened to me a couple of times, and that's why I'm creating this, because I want you to understand that if it works, it's simple. Like, your message has to be simple. Your delivery has to be simple. The things you do has to be simple. And then a lot of people will say, wow, it's not professional enough, and I gotta have these amazing, beautiful, wonderful slides. I gotta have this amazing lighting, production, and everything. And the truth is, I think deep down they know that the real reason why they're getting so busy is because they don't actually know what are the needle movers. They don't know how simple it actually can be. And a lot of times they're actually really lacking the confidence to just directly go for the kill. And so they spend 6 months doing a really nice ebook, and then all that time is gone, and then nobody wants the book, and then they don't know what to launch. So I hope that by creating this free event, there's an optional upgrade, but the most part of it is free. The upgrade is only for implementation and my personal time to help you build stuff, but most of it is going to be free. And the reason I'm making this free is so that you can see for yourself that when you have a new product, a new thing that you want to create, it does not need to have all these bells and whistles. You need to keep it so simple, so lean, so raw, so authentic, and so real that once you put it out there, if the response is, well, when can I start? If the response is, where can I buy it? If the response is, why haven't you created this already? You know that you have something. So you kind of need to sell first. You kind of need to validate first. And then you create it along with the people that you're guiding. And the end result is you have such a amazing product, even though it's in its first incarnation, even though it's raw, but because it's so filled with your presence, it's so filled with your intention to make this good. I can tell you from experience that my first batch of clients, when I validated my first offer, they really weren't looking for all these nice slides, nice logo, nice microphone, nice presentation. They had something. They were looking for something that I had. They wanted me to give them their time. They just wanted me to be present and coach them and help them and teach them. And you know what I did? I just recorded the whole thing, and that became my program. It was only weeks after the whole launch ended that I, edited my videos nicely and then put it neatly in the members area. And okay, that's my signature program. And I continued to sell it evergreen afterwards. But that first batch of clients, all I had Facebook, Zoom, and then PayPal to collect money. That was it. Because if in its most, and some Google Docs, Google Slide as well, right? Because if in its most simplest form, you are not able to go and help someone solve something, that is really the essence of a good product. Help someone solve something, help them lose the weight they want to lose, help them get in shape for their wedding, teach them how to make really good audios, really good videos. Like, these are some of the clients that I help. And in the beginning, same for their first validation launch, they kept it simple because you want to move fast. You want to test fast, you want to help people get results fast. And if you can't do this in the most raw, lean, and authentic way, why the hell, you put in all these logos and colors and bells and whistles and webinars and funnels and ads, and then you launch and then nothing happens. And what just happened is you have lost thousands of dollars investing in programs that teach you to do all these things. You have lost months of time either waiting and waiting and waiting, or just like beautifying things, and you know that you're not really getting at the heart of it, which is to get a group of people, help them get good at something or help them solve something, get good client results, shuffle it back into your brand, then refine, take whatever money that you earn in your raw launch, reinvest it, and then by your second or third round, everything is going to be polished. You're going to be hiring people, you're going to have people editing your stuff, and it all just going to grow from there. But that very first one, it has to be raw, it has to be simple, and it has to be validated. So the 3-day challenge is not gonna give you like a lot of, it's just 3 days. 1 day is gonna be 1 hour, and then each hour we're gonna focus on one simple mechanism. So by the end of the whole thing, you're really gonna have the core 3 things: a simple presentation, your core audience, and your signature product. Just these 3 things in its most raw, simple, and authentic form. And even if your first group, like mine, was just 12 people, I interviewed 20, 30 people, 12 put up their hand, 6 to 8 of them paid in full, the rest paid in parts. And then my first launch was a 5-figure launch just from keeping it raw. So in my experience, the successful launches that I've seen for my clients, the first one, they keep it raw, they keep it simple, they validate it. So if you kind of know that this is what you need, as in, you probably, walk a lot in those circles that I mentioned, and like, that's not it. I don't need another 6 programs. I don't need another copywriting course. I don't need another funnels course. You probably need them down the road. But if you're like, right now, I really just need to hit that sweet spot right now and make it happen, then this is the program for you. And I'll make it simple. You won't have 60 hours of stuff to sift through. You won't have 600 things to do. There's no like big fat value stack. I'll keep it raw. I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it to the point. I would say in less than a month, your first product should be out, should be validated. If it works, if it doesn't work, you'll know fast. And that's the point of it. By keeping it simple and fast, you can pivot, you can adjust, you can refine, And ideally, by the end of the 30 days, you should have your signature presentation up. You should have your core audience who are ready to buy. And you have a simple way to really just get them into a group, sell them what you've created and then teach it. And then by the end of it, you have your first signature validated course. And the most important part of it is that it sells. And because it sells and your clients love it and they're getting results, you can then take the funds that you've earned from this first cycle of validation. Then you go, set up your beautiful stuff. Then you go build your website. Then you go hire people, to clean up stuff and build stuff for you. But until that thing, that sweet spot is validated, those things don't really matter. Okay, so in the description, I've put in the link. If you're watching this down the road, the program would have been turned into an evergreen challenge for you to take. So click on the link. I believe it's going to be seansena.com/launch, and then register. You'll be directed into a Facebook group, and then go to the guide section and study the videos, do the work. This course is not about 600 things to do, but there are 3 core things for you to do and implement. And once you build it in its most raw, simplest form fast, you'll have your first group of ready clients who will validate your offer. And I guess the most rewarding thing is knowing that you didn't waste months and months just to have your own thing. You hit fast, you hit hard, you kept it simple, and by the end of it, you know that I have a new stream of revenue and income, and it's not from a job, it's not from hustling or procrastinating, it's from taking something that you love and you do really well and just automating it, systemizing it, and then helping more people who look at your stuff and go, okay, this thing has helped me cross my hurdle. This thing has helped me solve something I've been struggling with for a long time. This thing has helped me improve my life. So it's also a new stream of fulfillment, satisfaction, if you think about it. So click on the link, register, go in, study, and implement. And then if you have any questions, just reach out on social media and send me a message. It's Sean, and I will see you in the launch challenge.